Hi guys, it's Miss Susan and it's time for reading today. I want you to think back to my previous lessons. It was a while ago, but think back to them on point of view. What is point of view? All right, so now that I've given you just a few seconds to think about point of view, let's talk about what it is. So point of view is who is telling the story. So you have two choices that we start off with in fourth grade, and that is first person and third person. So if it is a first person point of view, that is when the narrator is part of the story. So that is like, you'll see words like I, we, and me because the narrator is part of the story. It has a character in the story as the narrator. Readers learn about other characters from what they say to the narrator. And we see this when a narrator's in the story. Remember, the narrator is the one telling the story. And we see that in books like Wonder. If you have ever read the book Wonder, even watched the movie, it's all from Augie's point of view. Our book that we're reading right now, How to Steal a Dog, it is in first person point of view because Georgina is telling the story of what is happening in her life. In Frindle, if you remember Frindle, Nick was telling the story about, what is going on in his life. Now, they can also be from a third person point of view, and that is when the narrator is outside of the story. So you can see words like he, she, or they. So when we have an outside narrator, the narrator can tell readers what all of the characters are saying, what all the characters are thinking, and what all of the characters are doing. So you don't see you don't see words like I, we, and me. You see he, she, and they because the narrator is outside of the story and he's telling what is going on. We can see that in a ton of books that we have read this year. So we are going to talk about point of view in the context of poetry. So poems also have point of views. They have first person or third person. So if it's first person, you're going to think of it as the person is telling it from their point of view, just like How to Steal a Dog. From third person, and that's when the narrator is outside of the story. And the biggest tell that if it's first person or if it's third person is these keywords: I, we, me, he, she, or they. So we're going to read this poem, and it is called The Big Word Girl. And as I am reading the poem, first of all, I'm going to read the whole poem to you, and then we're going to talk about the point of view. So this is called The Big Word Girl. Of all the clever girls I know, Elaine's the one who counts. But what she counts are syllables and words I can't pronounce. I took her to a horror show, Godzilla Meets Tooth Fairy, but she could not unglue her eyes from Webster's dictionary. She put her trembling hand in mine. Godzilla smashed the floor, for she had come across a word she had never seen before. But when the lights came on, Elaine was sound asleep and snoring. I woke her up. She yawned and said, how uncustomarily, extraordinarily, incomprehensibly boring. Okay, so now that we've read the poem, think about who the narrator is. When I see this, I see somebody telling a story from their point of view. They're telling me what's going on, and they have their friend Elaine. They're telling it about their friend Elaine, but it seems like they're in the story too. They see the movie with Elaine. They are seeing her saying these words. They're not outside of the story telling what is going on. Let's read it one more time. I want you to look for the key words: I, we, they. See who is telling the story. Is the narrator in the story with Elaine, or is she telling it from outside of the story? She's not in it. One more time, let's read it. The Big Word Girl. Of all the clever girls I know, Elaine's the one who counts, but what she counts are syllables and words I can't pronounce. I took her to a horror show, Godzilla Meets Tooth Fairy, but she could not unglue her eyes from Webster's dictionary. She put her trembling hand in mine. Godzilla smashed the floor, for she had come across a word she'd never seen before. But when the lights came on, Elaine was sound asleep and snoring. I woke her up. She yawned and said, "How uncustomarily, extraordinarily, incomprehensibly boring." Okay, so let's take a look. This is the same graphic organizer you are going to be using in your assignment today. So let's take a look. So who is telling this story? Well, the narrator is telling the story. It didn't tell us what the narrator's name is, but the narrator is telling the story. Let's look at this one. Is this first person or third person? Guess what I noticed? It had the keywords for both first and for third. So first person is I, we, me. Third person is he, she, they. So I noticed it has I, she. Oh my gosh, her. Guess what? A lot of kids would say, oh, it's both. It can't be both. So if the narrator is telling the story from their point of view, is the narrator in our story? Is she in the movies with Elaine? Is she doing all the things? She is. So if the narrator is part of the story, it is first person point of view. If the narrator is outside of the story, like if she was talking about, ooh, there's a girl in the movies, her name is Elaine, she's watching the show, she's reading this book, the dictionary, she gasps, that would be somebody telling the story that wasn't actually there. But guess what? The person that's telling our story, she was actually there in the movies with her. How do we know that? Well, it says right here, I took her to a horror show. So that means that she had to have been in the movies with her. So my evidence would be I took her to a horror show. So you have to prove to me 1, 2, 3 ways that you know 100% that this is first person or third person. So I see I took her to a horror show. What about this one? She put her trembling hand in mine. The only way that she could have put her trembling hand in her hand is if she was actually there in a part of the story. So I'm going to put that as one. She put her trembling hand in mine. And the last thing, I'm going to keep looking. I woke her up. The only way she could have woken her up is if she was actually there. I woke her up. So when we think about first person, you're going to think in your head, who is telling this story? Is the narrator in the story? So let's pretend that you are telling a story about a time you were sad. So you're telling this story, one time my dog ran away and I was really sad. Well, you were part of that story, right? You were there when your dog ran away. You're the one who felt those feelings, right? That would be first person. You are a part of the story. When the narrator is not part of the story, it's third person. So that's kind of like when, say, you told me the story of your dog running away, right? Well, if I went and I said, oh my gosh, one of my students' dog ran away. He was crying for days. He was super upset. I would be telling you your story. That would be like a third person point of view. Or if I was to watch you guys playing on the playground, I wouldn't really know what was going on, but I could just say, oh, I see Jimmy and Susie playing on the playground. They seem like they're having fun. They're playing on the swings. They're having a conversation. That would be like third person. Now, I'm not playing with you guys. I'm on the outside and I'm watching you play and I'm telling another teacher about what you guys are doing. So today you are going to read the poem, I Remember. That should give you a big clue right there. I remember. And you are going to fill out the same graphic organizer that I just did. So here's what I would do. Read the poem, figure out who is telling the story. Tell me, is it first or third person? And then give me 3 ways that you for sure know that it is first person. Back up your choice with 3 pieces of evidence. All right, guys, when you're done, just take a picture and turn it in. I love y'all so much, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.